why integrated and holistic education is very much required now, and what this holistic education means, what this integrated education means. Now, if we go through our syllabus, we see that in the beginning, we only expose our child to literature, to knowledge of words and basic literature, knowledge of language, etc. So it is all right. But along with knowledge, as soon as one student is exposed to language, so just after knowing the language, we must start giving exposure to the child all those branches of knowledge which are essentially required in day-to-day life. Now, what we see that up to graduation, applied sciences and technologies, whatever life sciences, whatever branches of knowledge which are required to know for day-to-day life, we don't give any exposure to that. Like, as soon as one child is exposed to language, like suppose in few years, in up to fifth, we can give those exposures, and just after that, we must give exposure of all those branches of knowledge which are directly related to life. And that is the perfection, beauty, and integrated and compound approach of Vedic science, where a child is exposed to all those branches of knowledge which are directly touching the life. When we get up in the morning, so we should know what is the time which is best for health. And if we know that, then we will get the exposure that what is the best time to get up in the morning. What are the radiations? If we know that early morning radiation, rising radiation is scientifically very important for our liver, for our health, then a child would know that this is the best time to get up in the morning. What are the basic postures of body? Those are called asanas. Why those asanas are important? So if we know that, and every student practices that, then all parts, all organs of our body, they become active, they become strong, and the body is exposed in early morning rising sun. Then liver works strongly, body gets all those resistance, immunity, strength, all the energy, freshness, everything is organized. So if we are exposed to that, then a child will become aware of that. Then another thing is, so these are called asanas. These are called asanas. And if we go on a systematic basis, then we would know that what Patanjali says, what Ashtang of yoga says, Ashtang yoga, that is yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. So why these ashtangas are important? These ashtangas are not merely physical exercises. And yam, niyam, these are mental exercises. These are ethical practices. So just we focus on Ashtanga now. Then we'll go on different Vedic sciences, all Vedas. Then for Upavedas, applied sciences, then Veda, Vedangas, then Upangas, and why these things are necessary. So just now we'll focus on Ashtanga, Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. So Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. In this Yam Niyama, it tells you what type of life you should live. Physically, how to purify physically, how to purify yourself mentally, how to make your body strong by asanas. Then how to pure your mind by pranayam. Then how to purify your conscious and subconscious mind, that is called pratyahar. Then dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Then on final level of life, consciousness level, when we refined our consciousness, then dharana, dhyan, samadhi means all those physical health depends, like there is a phrase in English that a healthy mind lives in a healthy body. So and this is both interdependent. A healthy mind lives in a healthy body, and healthy body can't be healthy unless mind is healthy. So health of both is necessary. So, because if we have stress in our mind, then that stress will create different chemicals, different negative chemicals in our body, and body will become sick. And similarly, if body is not healthy, then the pain of body and restlessness of body, it will create mental sickness. So both are required to maintain health in them. So in dharana, dhyan, samadhi, that deals with the final level of consciousness, so that consciousness evolves to its fullest potential. Just now we don't use our mental potential fully. A very, very, very small part of brain or consciousness is used, and we have a great potential in our physiology. Many, many experiments have shown. One very great Nobel Prize winner, medical doctor, he says that when patients were refused by doctors, that now they can't be cured, then the prayer did miracles. Miracle means simply what? That nobody knows how it worked, but it worked. So that Nobel Prize winner says that when patients were refused by the doctor that now they can't be cured, then the prayer worked wonderfully well. So what is that? It is not miraculous, not something mysterious. It is something working on the plane of that final level of consciousness, which converts into matter. Like Einstein says, E is equal to mc square. Energy can be transformed into matter, matter can be transformed into energy, provided we know the process how the energy converts into matter and matter converts into energy. And that spirituality, that consciousness, that transcendental value, that is called Turiyavastha. That is the secret. That is the is equal to of E is equal to mc square. E is equal to mc square. This is equal to is that transcendental value, that Turiyavastha, which has the secret, which is the science and technology, which transforms energy into matter and matter into energy. So when one prays and very deeply prays, then it simply means that one takes deep into that transcendental value with full dedication. Full dedication means going in transcendental value. So when prayers from transcendental value, then that energy, that sankalpa, that resolution, that thought, it materializes. So that is something very important. So that's why the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, is dealt with that level of consciousness which is called transcendental value. And to reach there, the process to reach there is called meditation. So meditation is not merely religious exercise, so this is very metaphysical exercise which creates changes in physical value and which transforms the negativity of physiology into positivity, into health. So that's why this Dhyana Dhyana Samadhi is having very great direct material impact on physiology to keep us healthy, to keep physiology healthy. So that's why when we go on Ashtangas, Yama Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dhyana Dhyana Samadhi, then it takes holistic care of physiology, mental level, and as well as spiritual evolvement. Spiritual evolvement is not religious only. It is very directly related to physical health, mental health, because that consciousness is responsible to keep and sustain our body. When that consciousness goes away, whatever healthy body, liver, kidney, brain we have, it won't work. It stops working and body dies. It means that the most important thing is that consciousness which is responsible to sustain the body live. So this Dhyana Dhyana Samadhi, this is the science and technology of dealing with consciousness to keep us healthy and to keep body in that level where the full potential of body, one can avail the full potential of body. So that's why if we take care of Patanjali Yoga Sutra and we introduce in very beginning, just after the students learn language so that they can simply understand the language now, maybe up to after class 5th, we must start Patanjali Yoga Sutra for all students so that the ethical values, physical values and spiritual values all around can be utilized properly. The full potential of physical level, mental level and spiritual level can be utilized properly. So that is very necessary, because the more consciousness is evolved, the more potential of body is explored and utilized by intelligentsia. The talent, the intelligentsia, mind-body coordination, or everything depends on the purity of consciousness. Because if a person is stressed, complexed, then the psyche is muddled within itself. So the total potential is not utilized. So when mind becomes stress-free, guilt-free, complex-free, then the whole potential is vibrant, live. And the process to make it stress-free, guilt-free, complex-free is going into deep meditation. So when during meditation one transcends, then all the stresses and strains, guilts, complexes are dissolved. So this is the process to make transcendental value achieved, and through that conscious and subconscious mind is made clear and transparent, so that the conscious mind and subconscious mind become clear and the total potential of individual is achieved. So this is something very important which must be introduced in very early ages of life of a student, so that by controlling, by knowing, by being in that pure level of conscious and subconscious mind, full potential of physiology, full potential of talent, full potential of IQ, full potential of intelligentsia can be utilized. So this should be, and this must be taken care of from very early age, so that every student is very well exposed to this branch of knowledge. And later on, many other branches of knowledge which are required to know the physiology, like Ayurveda. But if one knows directly without the help of doctor, one should know just by touching the pulse. A student must know what type of quality, what type of prakriti a student has. So accordingly he can decide, she can decide what should one eat in what season, and to keep the body healthy. Similarly, one should know the knowledge of SthapatyaVed, what direction one should sleep, what colors are good for them, what radiation in the house is required at what time, and how it affects to what type of prakriti of family members. Every family member has a different Vata, Pitta, Kapha prominent, or different types of qualities. So what radiation, what color, what proportion, what direction, what magnetic field one is required to live accordingly. So this is the branch of SthapatyaVed. And there is another knowledge of astrology, like a good farmer knows what fruit would come in what season. It means what chemical changes takes place in the nature in what season. Accordingly, our physiology is also affected by different seasons, different radiations, different climatic condition, different temperature, and different radiations from celestial bodies. Our body is affected differently. So these are different many branches of Vedic science which must be exposed to student, so that every student becomes independent. By the time of graduation, one is exposed to all branches of knowledge which are directly affecting those physiology. It won't be like that somebody is feeling cough and cold and running to a doctor. If one knows that one has this prakriti and he has taken yogurt and rice in winters in the night, and that's why kapha has occurred. So that's why he became sick. So there is no need to run to a doctor unnecessarily. So if one is exposed with this wonderful branch of Vedic science, Ayurveda, right from beginning, then one would know that this is the prakriti and these are the food one should avoid. So there are many things, many branches of knowledge that is called holistic and integrated and compound approach of Vedic science. And these were the system in Vedic science where Bharat was so ki churiya. Lakhs of gurukus were there, and everybody was given proper education right from beginning. So GDP of India was wonderful, health of India was wonderful, social order was wonderful, and that was the quality of Ramraj, that everybody, bhautik, physical, mental, and spiritually, everybody was perfect, nobody was sick. So why? So this is not merely a literary phenomena. This was very practical, and this was very realistic phenomena of Ramraj, because everybody was given proper education. So everybody took care of physical health, mental health, spiritual health, social health, and life was lived with full value-based life. So when a person lives value-based life, then all the planes of life is lived perfectly, profoundly, integratedly, and holistically. So the result is perfect social order, perfect discipline. Everybody knows not only adhikar, but the kartavya also. Everybody knows the duties also. Not only what you should get, you must know what you should give. So that is the best values of Vedic science. So one must give focus on. So to live perfect physical, mental and spiritual life, one must focus on integrated, compound and holistic education, and the basis of that is hidden and very well laid off in Vedic sciences, branches of Vedic sciences, and the knowledge of Vedas and Vedic branches of knowledge. So this is the perfect time to revive, to revitalize and re-establish all those things.